Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We still have Coach Sunday Oliseh talking to us from his base in Belgium. Let's go back to him. Coach, let's talk about Fortuna Sittard. I look at your achievements at Fortuna Sittard, and I'm proud to be Nigerian. For 14 months that you were there, you saved the team from relegation to the 3rd division. You were voted best coach of the Dutch Jupiler League. You were also adjudged as the Fortuna coach with best average points per game since 1980. That's a 38-year-old record. And many more that I can't even won the club's first trophy and title in 23 years on the 12th of January 2018. Beautiful story, but tell me, are you pleased with the way the relationship with Fortuna Sittard ended?
No, we're very sad. We're very sad. And not just myself, my assistant coaches also. But it's technically it's not ended yet because, you know, we were suspended because we refused. It's no secret anymore. We refused to participate in some shady deals with the owner. And my assistant coaches and myself, you know, he suspended us, and we eventually we had to take him to court for that. And I thank God that the court found him guilty of illegal suspension, and reinstated us to a limited base till the 1st of May. And but then that notwithstanding, the caretaker coaches are in charge now, and my assistants are at home. But we're just praying that the club can. My players can get the work done tomorrow. If we can win tomorrow, it will also come into my CV as at least officially the chief head coach when Fortuna Sittard goes up into the 1st division. And I think that's great for us as Africa. We did a lot of great work there. The boys got much better, but the thing there is, Austin, I'm a black man. In Europe, you have to be very careful. They say there are certain things we shouldn't put a hand into, because if you do it, it will always come up. So, but we're happy. I think it's the best coaching experience I've ever had in my life. Like you were reading all the successes we're having. When I was going in like almost 1.5 years ago to start to coach the club, if they had told me that I wouldn't get 20% of the success we got, I would have signed with both hands, you know. But
and for such successes to be recorded, I'm wondering, why did shady deals come into it? Coach, are we talking about financial irregularities, misappropriation? Shady deals, make me understand.
Well, the thing there is, you know, it's illegal in Europe, unlike, okay, back home a bit also. It's illegal in Europe for coaches or for workers to be paid without taxes on it. Now, when you receive money, it is called black money payments. If you receive it whereby under the table, whereby the club doesn't have to pay taxes on it, if you receive it and the government finds out, you get sanctioned. You can even get jailed on that thing. And that was given to the players and as proposed to us as coaches also. And I refused it. And my assistant coaches also refused it. But the owner was not very happy with that. He was really, really angry with that, because he felt that by us refusing it, it meant that it's going to cost him more, because he doesn't only have to pay the players, the coaches, he also has to pay the tax office. My owner is a Turkish man, in case you're wondering. So he's not a Dutch national. So for that, I didn't feel comfortable with it, because I know what it is, and especially when you're an African, they're already suspecting, you know, what can be. So we don't want to play into it, and he did not like that. He tried to make life miserable for us, but the players stood by their coach, you know, to a certain extent, because we kept on winning and we kept on doing well. But we did what he had to do. He's the owner of the club. He pays, but he suspended us, and the federation found him guilty and even sanctioned him. But I would have preferred that we were not suspended and we finished our season and won our championship like we were heading up to. Because when he started making trouble, we were first on the league. You know, we were already heading up to take up the league. But then God knows best, and I'm not going to get into it. You know? Yeah,
and you know, when all of these problems came out in the media, I had to go dig to find out the owner, and his name is Mr. Isitan. Gone. I said, gone. Sunday must be careful. You know, but with the KNVB Court of Arbitration, going in your favor, does this mean in the books that you're still the coach of Fortuna Sittard?
Until the 1st of May. Until the 1st of May.
So is the club still loyal to you in terms of financial obligations?
So far, they've honored it till now. They've honored everything till now. And but this is Holland, you know. So if they don't honor it, the government will take action, and the federation will take action. So we're not worried about that. But the important thing is not just that. The important thing is we need to win tomorrow. Because for me personally, I've put in so much work into this club and into the players. It would be great to be hugely responsible for the club getting promotion into the first division. That is what we are praying for. I'm trying to look at the big picture here now.
Sunday Oliseh, I must say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for fulfilling your promise since 2016. And hopefully we'll get to have you talk to us again. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome, Austin. And you're a tenacious man. Keep it up.
Thank you. So that's it. Sunday Oliseh, former coach, player, and coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, speaking to us on the show tonight.